Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want to briefly talk about the cost of living here in Turkey, how much it costs to live in Turkey, and you'll be amazed with the prices of all the little money you can spend here. So first I will start with the trivial cost that can never be avoided on a daily basis. These are the operating cost of heating, such as electricity, gas, transport, and water. So regardless of whether you are a Turk or a tenant or renting an apartment, you will still have to pay your bills. And as a tenant, you only have to pay the net rent, which is included in the utility bill. In other countries, I mean European countries such as Germany, I've been there before and I know the living cost there. You pay the operating costs by yourself, of which the cost is really favorable. First, we will start with the electricity cost, and currently it's not expensive as compared to Germany. The electric watt goes for around about €4.60 per kilowatt, and gas goes at 1.3 cents euros. In addition, note that there is nothing like paying for meters. There is no basic fee for meter, because I saw in Germany, whether you use the meter or no, the bill for the meter will always come. You will have to pay the meter regardless of whether you use it or you don't use it. So for water, let's say you use round about 500 TL, you get round about 56 cubic meter. This is round about 25 cents to every cubic meters of water. And then again, there is no drainage fee in Turkey, and there is no garbage fee. The garbage people always come at night and take the garbage. I listen to them every night at a particular time. They come, take the bucket and go. And no one has ever asked me to pay for the garbage fee. And this is catered for by the regional tax office, which is very nice, and I hope it goes like this or stay like this forever. So for someone who wants to stay permanently in Turkey, I'd prefer this place. Or if someone who wants to relocate, I'd prefer this place. But also it depends on the preference of the person. Whatever you like, this is up to you. But for now, about the internet, it has been a little bit expensive, because before it was 140 TL, but currently is at 440 TL, which means it has increased from round about 140 euros to round about 12 euros. This is expensive. And about the phones, here is either you have the internet or no. There is nothing like landlines. It's either you get the contract of the phone or you don't have the internet. And the last contract, it was a bit cheaper, because currently it's expensive, I think, because of the inflation. Before it was costing around about 5 euros, but currently it's at around about 8 to 10 euros, which is a little bit expensive as compared to before. And with this, you get 1,000 minutes of call and 12 to 10 gigabytes of these you can use throughout the month. So to say, you can use 50 euros to pay all of your bills, these basic bills such as the electricity, the gas, the water, and the phone or the internet, because there is no drainage fee or the garbage fee. 50 euros, you're good to go. Then what else can we talk about? At some point we need to eat, so let's talk about the food situation here. Anything to do with meat, for example the beef, the mutton, or the lamb, is a little bit expensive here. Yeah, anything to do with meat is a little bit expensive, but for the chickens are relatively cheap, because at 2.5 cents euros you get a kilo of chicken, which means if you have 5 euros you get 2 big chicken. This can take you up to a week or so. And about the dairy products are relatively cheap. They are not too much expensive. A liter of milk goes for 80 cents euros. This is cheap as compared to what I saw back there in Germany, and this is why I'd prefer to live here than to stay in Germany at some point. For the fruits and the vegetables are grown regionally. They come fresh from the farm, and there are markets. There are market days like Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. You get fresh fruits, fresh vegetable from the farm at a very cheaper price. For example, the potatoes or the tomatoes, you can get a kilo of tomatoes at around about 20 liras, or maybe when sometimes it goes up, it's up to 30 liras. This is not that expensive. For the fruits, currently, let's say for example, watermelon goes at around about 10 liras to 15 liras. It depends on where you buy it. If you want to buy in the supermarket or in the market, it's very cheap. So the fruits are very cheap, the vegetables are very cheap, and this is nice. If you have to spend 10 lira to get a fruit here, and then spend like 3 euros to buy the same fruit in other country, and it's fresh, it has not been ferried or been transported from other country to other country. It comes from the farm directly. So to say, living in Turkey is somehow cheap, but it also depends on the area you choose to live in. For the smokers, cigarette is really cheap here. You can get one packet of cigarette at around about 80 cents euros, or maybe 1 euro. You get a whole package of cigarette, the one that carries 20, round about 20 or 21. I don't know, I don't smoke, I don't know, but a lot of people smoke here. Quite percentage of people smoke here, so the cigarette is really cheap as compared to Germany. And there is this package, the one that people roll, I don't know how they call it, the one you roll by yourself. It's very cheap. You get a whole bulk of it at a very cheaper price. So things to do with alcohol, I'm sorry for the drinkers. Alcohols are really expensive here, especially the hard drinks, the ones with the high percentage. They are very expensive. But you can get the beers at a relatively price. They are not cheap, they are not expensive, they are in the middle. The beers you can find at affordable price. This is for sure. So to say, if you have around about 500 euros, you can live very nice here. Unless you are somebody who is a spender, or maybe at some point you need to go to a restaurant once or twice or thrice in a week. You need to go to a restaurant, or you want to have fun. Maybe let's say 700 euros, you are good to go. As compared to Germany, you need round about 1,000 or 1,500 or 2,000 euros. For if you are somebody, a family man, or you are a family person, then you will have to spend much. For the petrol and the diesel, currently the petrol goes at around about 1.25 cents euros for those who want to drive around the city, and there are public transports which are very cheap and convenient, so you can hop into one bus and take you to the other station or the other city at a very cheaper price. It's not expensive. And so to say without doubt, you can really stay here comfortably, cheaply, but it also depends on your taste. If you are somebody who wants to stay in Istanbul, then you have to spend a little bit more, because Istanbul is not that cheap, but it's not too extremely expensive. So if you were to live in Istanbul, or you were to live at where I am, there are places which are cheap in Turkey, because Istanbul is a big city. Now you have to spend much, but not too much. So it depends on the preference of the person, or it's your choice whether you want to stay in Istanbul or look for other places around which are not too expensive. But to say without doubt, there are really nice places in Turkey which are very cheap. You just have to choose the area where you want to stay. So this, I will say without doubt that living in Turkey is cheap. This is undisputed. And thank you all for watching. Kindly subscribe to my channel. Thank you all.